Hello kids, today we will start with a new chapter, chapter 7, conservation of plants and animals. Okay, now have you heard about the term conservation? You know what is conservation? Conservation means protection. The process of protecting our plants and animals, that is what you are going to study in this chapter. Okay, our plants and animals, they are our national wealth. They need to be well protected. So, in this chapter, you will be studying in detail about the different methods of protection of plants and animals. So, we will start. Okay, so in the beginning part, in today's video, I will deal more with the conservation of plants. We will study about the conservation of plants. So, we will start. Okay, the first topic is deforestation. Now, have you heard about deforestation? What is deforestation? It is a process of clearing out forests. The simple process of destroying the plants. This is what is called as deforestation. Okay, now this deforestation can happen due to two different causes. Okay, they are natural and man-made causes. Now, what do you mean by natural cause? Natural cause means all the natural calamities which can happen. Okay, like forest fire, drought, flood, landslide, etc., etc. There may be lots of natural calamities. All these natural calamities can cause the destruction of our forest, and this is what is called as the natural cause of deforestation. The second point you are going to study is the man-made cause of deforestation. Man-made cause means we are the reason behind deforestation here. Okay, we are clearing our forest land for our own purposes. Okay, now what are the different purposes for which we are clearing forest, and what may be the main reason behind this man-made cause? The main reason is the increase in population. When population is going on increasing like this, what is happening? For this increasing population, we require more food. So, for getting more food, what we do? We will be clearing all our forest areas and we will be doing cultivation. Clear? Then, the increasing population, when the number of people are increasing, they require more space to live. They require more place to work. So, for that purpose, that is for building houses and factories, we will be clearing our forest. The third point is for getting more furniture, for building more furniture, for getting wood as a fuel. Okay, for all these purposes also we will be clearing our forest. So, there are two major causes of deforestation. What are the two main causes? Number one, natural cause. The second one is man-made. Is this clear? So, with this, the causes of deforestation is over. Next, we will see about the consequences of deforestation. What do you mean by the term consequences? Consequences means after effects of deforestation. What will happen if deforestation continues like this? Okay, so we will see. Now, I have given this concept. We will study the consequences one by putting number. The whole thing is given in your textbook in the form of a paragraph. But it will be easy for you if you write and study it number wise. So, better wherever you are having any doubts in any slide, you want to take down something in the slides which I am showing, please pause the video, write down the main points and take it down. Okay children, we will continue. Yes. So, we will move on to the consequences of deforestation. Now, the first and foremost consequence of deforestation is global warming. Okay, now what do you mean by global warming? It is the situation which we are facing right now. The increase in our global temperature is what is called as global warming. Now, what may be the reason behind this global warming? It is simply the increase in the level of carbon dioxide. Now, how does this carbon dioxide level increases? Actually, the plants, have you heard about a term called as photosynthesis? You might have studied it in your lower classes. What is photosynthesis? The food making process of a plant is called as photosynthesis. During this process, the plants will be absorbing the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and by using so many other things, the plant will prepare its food. Okay, and this process you call it as photosynthesis. After photosynthesis, oxygen is given out as a byproduct. This oxygen gas can be utilized by the animals for respiration, and in turn after respiration animals will give out carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide can be again used by a plant. So actually it is a balance between plants and animals. The carbon dioxide released by animal will be taken by a plant. Okay, the plant will be releasing oxygen and this will be taken by the animals. So this cycle actually continues. Now what happens when you clear down your forest, when you cut your trees, what happens? There is no much trees to absorb this abundant amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. Okay, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere through various processes other than respiration. During combustion, during burning of fossil fuels like this, due to so many reasons, lots of carbon dioxide will come to our atmosphere. And all this carbon dioxide which is there in our atmosphere, okay, what will happen? They will form a thick layer around our atmosphere. And this thick layer of carbon dioxide around the atmosphere will trap heat rays. Now see, this carbon dioxide is forming a thick layer around our atmosphere. Okay, when the number of plants reduces, there is no plant to absorb this excessive carbon dioxide. As a result, what happens? The heat rays which are coming from the sun, okay, they will come to our earth's surface. But what will happen? The reflected rays, see, they will come and fall on the surface of the earth. They will get reflected. But these reflected rays are trapped by this carbon dioxide. This layer of carbon dioxide will not allow the reflected rays to go out. They will come again back. Okay, again they will try to reflect, but the carbon dioxide is not allowing it to go back. So again it will come back. So as a result, what is happening? The heat rays are coming back to our earth again and again. And this will result in the overall increase of our global temperature. This is what is called as global warming. Is this clear? So the first consequence of this deforestation is global warming. Now we will move on to the next consequence. The second one is drought. Now what do you mean by drought? A condition where there is scarcity of water, water is very less. Now we will see. Due to deforestation, okay, you know that the global temperature will be increasing. When the global temperature increases, what will happen? Our water cycle will be disturbed. See, the increase in the global temperature due to global warming result in the disturbance of our water cycle. When our water cycle is disturbed, what happens? It will reduce rainfall. When rainfall reduces, it will finally lead to drought. Is this clear? So, due to deforestation, our global temperature increases, which will change or disturb our water cycle. As a result, less rainfall, which will cause finally drought. Clear? This is the second consequence of deforestation. So now children, we will move on to our third topic or the third consequence, flood. Flood. Now what is flood? What was drought actually? Drought means there is no water, there is scarcity of water. Then the opposite of that, when there is excessive water, okay, when there is excessive runoff of water, you call it as flood. Now how does this flood occur? Now due to deforestation, the physical properties of our soil will change. Okay, there are lots of physical properties for a soil that will change due to deforestation. One such physical property is water holding capacity of a soil. What do you mean by water holding capacity of a soil? The amount of water which the soil can hold is called as the water holding capacity of a soil. This water holding capacity of a soil reduces due to deforestation. Okay, so actually when rain falls on the soil surface, okay, this water which is coming and falling on the surface of the soil should go into the deeper layers. The soil should absorb the water and it should go to the deeper layers and the groundwater resources should be replenished. This is the normal procedure. But what happens actually? Due to deforestation, as the physical property of soil, which is called as water holding capacity, change, less water is absorbed by the soil. Okay, so when the rain is coming and falling on the surface of soil, more water is sent as runoff water, less water will come down. Okay, and this running of water, okay, when water is going at a greater pressure, the surface runoff of water at a greater pressure will lead to flood. Is that clear? Yes. So, the decrease in water holding capacity of a soil, okay, due to this decrease in water holding capacity of the soil, less water will go to the deeper layers of soil. And what do you mean by this term infiltration rate? Infiltration rate means the amount of water which go to the deeper layers of soil. Infiltration rate is the amount of water which go to the deeper layers of soil. Okay, that is actually decreased. As a result, there will be overflow of water or there will be surface runoff of water, and you call this process as flood. Is this clear? Yes. So now we will move on to the next topic. The fourth consequence, as we told earlier in case of flood, deforestation will cause the change in the physical properties of a soil. The same point again repeated once more. Okay, in a different form. Okay, now the physical properties of the soil include the soil texture, nutrient content, humidity. Then there are so many other physical properties also, the moisture content of soil, etc., etc. So these are the physical properties which will be altered by deforestation. Now what happens when the physical properties of a soil changes? Actually, the soil will support life. Okay, the type of plants growing in an area, the type of microorganisms which are seen in an area, the type of animals living in an area, everything depends upon the type of soil present there. Okay, when the soil changes, the type of plants growing in that area will change. Definitely, the type of animals living in that area will also change. All these are actually interconnected. So, when the physical property of soil changes, the vegetation cover of an area will definitely change, or the type of plant growing in that area will change. So, this is another consequence of deforestation. Is this clear? Yes. Okay students, now we will move on to the fifth consequence of deforestation, that is soil erosion. Now what do you mean by soil erosion? What causes soil erosion? Actually, the roots of plant, they have the capacity to bind the soil tightly. The roots of the plant will hold the soil beneath it. It may be the roots of bigger plants or it can be the roots of tiny plants like grass. Each and every root will hold some soil beneath it. As a result, the soil will be very tight. Okay, now what happens when the plants of an area is removed, when the trees of an area is removed due to deforestation? Actually, this binding capacity of a soil, the tightness of the soil is lost. The soil becomes loose. Okay, and when the soil becomes loose, a heavy wind or a heavy rainfall, okay, a strong wind or a heavy rainfall can easily take away the top layer of the soil. Okay, so the topmost layer of soil is very loose, so that a strong wind or a heavy rain can definitely take it off. And you know something, this topmost layer of soil is the most fertile soil. Fertility is more in this topsoil. So when this topsoil is removed, what happens? The fertility of the land reduces because the fertile soil is right now taken away by the wind or the water. Okay, this process of removal of the fertile upper layer of soil is called as soil erosion. Clear? Is this clear? Yes. So see, the roots can bind the soil tightly. Without the roots, what will happen? The strong winds and water will take away the topsoil, and this process is what is called as soil erosion. So that fertility of land is completely lost, or the land becomes less fertile. Clear? So we will move on to the last consequence of deforestation. It is desertification. Now this desertification is an after effect of soil erosion. The last point which we saw, actually this is a continuation. Okay, due to soil erosion, as we told, the upper fertile soil is removed from an area. As a result, the lower layers of soil, which are comparatively less fertile, much more hard, rocky, okay, will be coming to the upper layers. So the upper fertile soil is removed, the lower soil which was less fertile, rocky and hard will come up. And this soil which is less fertile, rocky or hard will allow only less plants to grow in them. Why? Because it is less fertile, only fewer plants will be growing there. Okay, so this condition will continue. Finally, what happens? That particular land will be converted into a desert with less vegetation or with no vegetation. This process is what is called as desertification. So what is desertification? It is the conversion of a fertile land into a desert. Okay, this is what is called as desertification. So is this clear? Okay, so with this we completed 6 consequences of deforestation. So which are the 6 consequences? We will tell them once more, one by one. Remember, the first one was global warming, increase in global temperature. What was the second point? Drought. When global temperature increases, water cycle is disturbed, which will cause the reduction in rainfall. The scarcity of water is called as drought. What was the third consequence? Flood. Due to this due to deforestation, the water holding capacity of a soil reduces. So less water will go to the deeper layers. Okay, so more water will try to run off, and this overflow of water is called as flood. What was the fourth consequence? It was the change in the physical properties of the soil. Okay, now the physical properties of soil like the nutrient content, humidity, etc. will be changed. As a result, the type of plants growing in an area will also change. Then what was the next one after change in the physical properties of soil? The next one was soil erosion. Okay, what is soil erosion? The removal of the topmost layer of soil. Okay, either by strong wind or heavy water current is called as soil erosion. And due to soil erosion, what was the last point, sixth one? Desertification will occur. What is desertification? The process of conversion of a fertile land into a desert is called as desertification. Hope all the consequences, all the 6 consequences are clear for you. So, for this video, for this first video, this much is enough. So, what all things did we see today? We saw what is deforestation. We studied about the different causes and consequences. So, 3 things we studied under the heading deforestation. Okay, so the remaining we will see in the second video. Okay, thank you children. Have a good day. Bye.